Ever wondered why your cat suddenly bites or scratches you right in the middle of a seemingly perfect cuddle session? Most people think their cat is just being moody, unpredictable, or maybe even a little mean. But the truth is, they aren't being mean at all. They are defending themselves. And the heartbreaking reality is, the problem is you. Every time you reach out to show affection, you might actually be triggering your cat's deepest survival anxieties without even realizing it. You think you are building a loving bond, but you could be systematically destroying their trust, one pet at a time. And later in this video, I will reveal the one incredibly common way people stroke their cats that actually mimics an aerial predator's attack. It's a move almost every owner makes daily, and it terrifies them. Stay with me on that one. Let's start with the ultimate test of trust that you are probably failing right now. Have you ever walked into a room and seen your cat lying flat on their back, limbs stretched out, exposing their incredibly soft belly right in front of you? Most owners see this as an open invitation. They think their cat is begging for a belly rub just like a golden retriever would. They immediately dive in, rubbing that soft fur, but almost instantly the cat's claws come out and teeth sink into their hand. Most people just laugh it off, thinking their cat is just setting a playful trap or being unpredictable. But what almost nobody talks about is what that exposed belly actually represents. And when you touch it, you're committing a profound emotional betrayal. In the wild, a cat's belly is their most heavily guarded physical asset. It houses all of their vital, life-sustaining organs. To a predator, it is the ultimate target. So when your cat willingly exposes that area to you, their instinct isn't telling them to play. It is a calculated emotional risk. They are showing you the supreme sign of trust. They are saying, I feel so safe with you that I don't need to protect my life. When you reach down and vigorously rub it, you aren't petting them. You're violating the exact vulnerability they just offered you. To your cat's nervous system, it feels like an ambush. The next time your cat shows you their belly, do not touch it. Simply look at them. Offer a gentle, slow blink and appreciate the gesture. That is not an invitation to play. That is a declaration of ultimate safety. 2. You stroke them all the way down their spine. Have you ever sat quietly with your cat, running your hand all the way from their head, down their back, to the very base of their tail? It seems like the most natural way to show affection. Most owners think their cat loves this long, continuous stroke. They think they are giving them a relaxing, full-body massage. But have you ever noticed your cat suddenly standing up, their skin twitching and walking away? Or worse, turning around to nip your hand right after you do this? But what almost nobody talks about is what's actually happening underneath their fur during that exact motion. Your cat's back, particularly near the base of the tail, is densely packed with highly sensitive nerve endings. In the wild, these nerves exist to instantly detect the faintest brush of a predator creeping up behind them. When you run your hand continuously over this area, you aren't relaxing them. You're overstimulating their fragile nervous system. You're bombarding their sensory receptors with an unbearable amount of friction, triggering a massive spike in cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. To your cat, it starts feeling less like a gentle massage and more like static electricity shocking their skin. They don't walk away because they are bored or suddenly hate you. They leave because they are physically overwhelmed and desperately trying to escape the sensation. Instead of full-body strokes, stick to the areas they actually ask you to touch. Focus entirely on the scent glands around their cheeks, chin, and forehead. That long stroke is not a soothing touch, that is a sensory overload. 3. You reach straight down over their head. Have you ever walked past your cat, stopped abruptly, and immediately reached your hand straight down from above to give the top of their head a quick pat? It happens constantly in almost every home. We walk by, we see our cat, and we just want to acknowledge them quickly. Most owners think it's a sweet, casual greeting like ruffling a kid's hair. They never even notice the split second where their cat physically flinches, ducks down, or closes their eyes tightly just before the hand makes contact. But what almost nobody talks about is the terrifying instinct you are accidentally triggering every single time you swoop down from above. This is the move I mentioned earlier, and it terrifies them. Cats are extraordinary hunters, but they are also prey animals. Their biology is hardwired for survival against larger predators, especially aerial ones like hawks or owls. When you reach down from directly above their head, you're perfectly mimicking the exact trajectory of an aerial predator's attack. Before your hand even touches them, their amygdala, The fear center of their brain fires a massive stress response. The instant their eyes track a large object descending from their blind spot, their instinct screams at them to flatten out and freeze or bolt. They aren't closing their eyes because they enjoy the pet. They are closing their eyes because they are instinctively bracing for impact. So, how do you fix this deeply ingrained habit? Next time you want to pet your cat, do not approach from above. Bring your hand in low, starting from their eye level or below their chin. Let them see your hand coming. Let them sniff your fingers first. That overhead swoop is not a greeting. That is a perceived threat. 4. You ignore their silent countdown. Have you ever been petting your cat completely lost in the moment while ignoring that their tail just started thumping aggressively against the couch cushions? It happens during those long, relaxing cuddle sessions where we tune out everything else. Most owners think their cat is just enjoying the attention, maybe even playfully swishing their tail like a happy dog. When the cat suddenly turns and nips their hand, the owner is shocked, thinking it came completely out of nowhere. They think their cat is just being a jerk or having a sudden mood swing. But what almost nobody talks about is the silent count your cat was keeping the entire time your hand was moving. Cats do not communicate their boundaries with words. They use micro-expressions and subtle body language to tell you exactly when they are done being touched. And right before that bite, they were practically screaming at you to stop, the skin twitching on their back, the ears rotating backward into airplane mode, the pupils dilating, the tail thumping or flicking rapidly. These are not signs of a happy, playful cat. These are the physical manifestations of rising, painful agitation. In the wild, cats are solitary hunters who fiercely control their environment. When you ignore these escalating signs of overstimulation, you aren't just annoying them. You are systematically destroying their sense of safety. You are teaching them that their boundaries mean absolutely nothing to you. When your cat's tail starts twitching, that is not a sign they are relaxed. That is a countdown to a bite. Stop immediately, pull your hands away and let them be. 5. You scoop them up for a surprise hug. Have you ever walked past your cat, felt an overwhelming surge of love and just scooped them right off the floor into a tight, full-body embrace? It's one of the most common things owners do. We see our cats looking adorable and we just want to squeeze them. Most people think their cat loves being held like a baby, safe and secure in their arms. When the cat instantly starts wriggling, kicking their back legs, and pushing frantically against their chest, the owner just holds on tighter, laughing and saying, "Oh, you know you love it." But what almost nobody talks about is the terrifying loss of control you just forced upon an animal whose entire existence relies on it. Cats are masters of their environment. Their survival depends entirely on their ability to move, escape, and observe from a secure vantage point. When you suddenly scoop them up and restrict their limbs, you aren't giving them a comforting hug, you're stripping away their primal need for spatial control. To their nervous system, being restrained in mid-air is the exact same physical sensation as being trapped by a larger predator. Their amygdala fires immediately. They aren't wriggling because they are being difficult or playful. They are wriggling because their instinct is screaming at them to escape the trap and get their feet back on solid ground. If you want to hold your cat, let them come to you. Let them climb onto your lap on their own terms. If you must pick them up, always support their back legs immediately so they feel grounded. That forced hug is not an act of love. That is a claustrophobic trap. Your cat's boundaries are not an insult to your love. They are the foundation of a true, deeply connected relationship. When you stop touching them in ways that trigger their survival instincts, you stop being a source of stress and start becoming their ultimate safe haven. If this video helped you understand your cat's secret language, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's make sure more cat owners stop accidentally traumatizing the pets they love so much. Because a bond built on respect is the most unbreakable bond of all.